It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Baxter Regional Medical Center, providing big city healthcare with a hometown touch. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It's Friday, May 31st, 2019. It is 7 a.m. Welcome to Down on the Corner program.
Another crisp, cool
nice.
morning. I love it.
Ought to pitch the
This
tent and
to
go
me
camping.
is perfect weather temperature right now.
This is nice. This is nice.
Good camping
What was
weather.
It's 52 when I
Yeah.
got up. But hey, you're sitting there with dry feet. There you go.
Yeah, we're not flooded yet.
Makes a difference.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis and Bruce Emerson, joining us today from Northwest Arkansas. Good to have Bruce over here in Mountain Home.
Good to be here.
And how's things over your way?
Well,
Wet. Y'all are a lot more wet than we are over here. I think
we've had plenty. There's been a lot of hay been put in, but hey, the flooding down the river valley all the way over into
tough,
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Another thing that I haven't heard a whole lot about is the Mississippi River. I mean, that's
I crossed it over.
It's water everywhere. St. Louis, the Missouri River up there is out
full.
of its banks.
Yep.
Folks, we've got trouble. We got people that are evacuating out of their houses and moving, and it's not fun. It's not fun.
Down on the Corner is brought to you by Baxter Regional Medical Center. Best care anywhere. Baxter Regional Medical Center. Check out their urgent care 24/7. Only $69 per visit. Go to your smartphone, tablet, or a computer. Get started today. Download the app and enroll. BaxterRegionalCare.com. App Store for Apple and Google Play for the others.
It's a handy little item to have right
it
there.
sure
It
is.
is. You got
Talk about
a kid
innovation.
sick or something like that, and you
Log
don't want
in.
to
Yeah.
haul them into town. You just pick up the phone. You can talk to a doctor.
Yep.
They can get all your prescriptions sent in, everything from a phone call.
And, you know, the technology. I mean, I guess it was Tobias. Somebody was here when they were here with the Baxter Regional. The ambulances are set up in the event of a cardiac arrest or major heart attack. They can relay the messages back to the hospital, and by the time you get back, you can be 25 miles out.
Yeah, and they're already set up.
They're already set up to get you right and get things.
Just be able to start all the life-saving changes right from the
Right
ambulance,
from the get-go, yeah.
all the way in. That's cool.
Baxter
That's great.
Regional Medical Center, the envy of many hospitals in the Midwest. Baxter Regional Medical Center, the jewel in the crown of the Twin Lakes area. Right?
There you go.
You betcha. Hey, and I'm enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee. Hope you're doing the same thing. Brewed Awakening Coffee, 3 locations in Mountain Home to serve you. Bomber Boulevard, Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, and 62 East Plaza. And what are you drinking? You drinking that weak stuff? Like
Hey, I want to sleep tomorrow night, so I brought my own.
you didn't want to shave your nose at 10 o'clock, huh? That's okay. We just fill potholes with it at 10 o'clock.
There you go. There you go. Just top it off with something. Yeah,
Brewed
there you go.
Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy. You know, he was buying Smart Water.
Hey, my
and it
grandpa
didn't
used to
work.
tell
He
me.
still don't have a PhD.
My grandpa told me I drank dessert.
You drink dessert, huh?
You put enough sugar and cream in it, you can drink anything.
Just a hint,
Yeah,
not a
very
lot.
dark.
Anyway,
Yeah.
check out Brewed Awakening Coffee, best coffee in town. And I guess I'm gonna have to go get some cinnamon rolls, aren't I?
What?
I'm ready for it.
What? No cinnamon rolls?
No,
You got to be kidding me! Come
no.
on.
Hear about
You
this?
got this group.
You're slack.
You should have
Bruce
seen the look
came
on his
in.
face the other day when I about a week ago, I brought in cinnamon rolls.
It was
And,
over a week ago,
and
by
I
the
said,
way.
mine had the most icing on it. He said, well, how you know? I said, I bought them, and I looked at all of them. I took that one, put it away, and gave you guys the rest.
There you go. There you go.
It was over a week ago, by the way.
Always looking out
Yeah,
for number
throwing that
one.
out
he
there.
documents when I bring in cinnamon.
Always looking out for number one.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't, nobody else will.
Brewed Awakening Coffee. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. And, of course, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bringing the morning prayer each and every day. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state to serve you, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee.
There you go.
Emergency situation or not, go to Rollers. And, this is a subject we have to discuss. Went through it in November. Mom passed away back in November.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to deal with it at some point in time or another, and you're better off getting your wishes out there and getting things taken care of
Even in
rather
the
than
event
a
of
love.
emergency. They can handle it. You don't have to worry. Cut and dry. Very
Don't
professional.
wait. Don't wait.
Don't
Do
wait.
it now. Do it now.
Talk to Charlotte, Bruce, Chris, Brad, anybody out there can help you. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring morning prayer each and every day. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, in your Holy Scripture, it says, Jesus, as he's teaching, Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to the Father but by me. Lord, in that verse, if we believe it, gives us the facts for truth and eternal life. Lord, your words are solid. If we can't trust you, we can't trust anyone. Yet we ignore your words and commands and look to other things for truth and life. My prayer today is you strengthen our churches to reach those looking for truth and life and help us to discover new ways to teach your words. I pray you give us wisdom. And that's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring you morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. And now, brace yourself.
Uh-oh. There you are.
Ooh,
there you
The
are.
weather.
Hey, I've heard it a lot worse.
Well, he sprayed it a little with WD-40 this morning.
Hey, before you get started with that, your prayer, I appreciate that. I would like to jump in on there. One of my favorite New Testament scriptures, Romans 4:21. It says, and related to your prayer, what God had promised, what He promised, being fully persuaded that He's able to perform the things that He said He would do.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And your prayer kind of went to that, and it touched me just a little bit. I wanted to share that.
Well,
Romans 4:21, that what God had promised, He's also able to perform.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks, Bruce. Weather time. You want to do the trumpet again? Let's see. Can you not get that high note just a little bit less rusty?
You mean a little higher?
Tighten your shoes. Come.
Da, da, da.
Yeah, there you are. There you
Sure
are.
clears out the sinuses.
There you go.
Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Retire to Arkansas.net. And coming up Monday, a little bit of change for the summertime. Bob's going to be here for a little while, talking about a little bit of real estate through Century 21 and the Z Team.
Mondays, he's going to
Monday?
come in and kind of
visit
do
with
a
us, yeah.
recap.
Well, I better have cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, oh gosh.
Hey, let's take a look at the White River from Marion County real quick. There you go, looking in from Marion County into Cotter, Arkansas. The clearing right there is the little park down at Cotter. Yeah,
Beautiful
that's kind of
pictures, Warner.
I think this camera looks a little bit sharper than the other one. You know, of course, they had a bad lightning strike, took out everything. You see the 62-412 bridge about the 9 o'clock position on the horizon. On the upper right-hand side would be the City Mountain Home, and just a beautiful shot. That's brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. Give them a call, 870-405-0793. Retire to Arkansas.net. Arkansas and Missouri, buying, selling, need some property, give them a call, retire to Arkansas.net. They do need some listings, $80,000 to $150,000 and on up to $250,000 for homes. And 'tis the season for folks, well, we got some vacation time, we're going to look for a spot to retire. So that normally happens May, June, and July, and folks go back up to
Here's
Detroit,
the thing.
Chicago, and
Here's the thing. If you're looking to sell your house, whether you're upgrading or you're needing a downsize, whatever the case may be, they have a buyer.
yeah.
All you got to do is give them a call.
Just check out the awards. The awards are strictly for outstanding service. The Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. Once again, 870-405-0793. Retire to Arkansas.net. Temperature-wise, 57 degrees in Mountain Home and Flippin', 62 at Harrison, 57 at Yellow, 58 at Salem, Calico at 57, Mountain View at 55. Around the region, St. Louis is at 63, same at Poplar Bluff, West Plains at 58, 63 at Branson. We're within 5 degrees of Watford City, North Dakota.
Wow.
And both my sons are up. Two of my sons, 2 of my 4 boys are up there. Watford City, North Dakota is now 92 degrees warmer than what it was in February. It was minus 40. A heat wave of 90 brings it to 52, you know. Look, you're shaking his head over here. Caleb's probably watching this morning.
Hey, just put in a stop order for the weather we got right now. It's perfect. We got just 80s.
Man, this is camping weather. I mean,
I'm telling you, overnight,
the
temperatures in the 50s, open the windows and sleep like a baby. I'm telling you.
A little bit of shower activity in Texas. That's it. Yeah, a little bit in central Illinois. Other than that, looks like we're finally getting dry in the United States. We'll take a look. Ready for the Little Rock stop?
Yeah.
Little Rock radar. Everything looks good. 62, 412 east and west. Highway 65 north, south, Branson, Little Rock. 67, 167, Batesville, Poplar Bluff. Looks like it's in good shape. Your interstates 30, 40, 49, 55, and 555 in Arkansas in good shape at this time. It's dry. Wow. City of
Doesn't
St.
look
Louis,
like
see
it
what
on
we
the
got.
radar when they turn that
Oh, when they crank it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
A
got
little bit going on in,
over here.
around Kirksville, Missouri. Like that. Got a little bit of a flood warning up just west of Quincy, Illinois. Other than that, I-70 Columbia going into St. Louis, Vandalia, Effingham. East St. Louis, Illinois, I-64 east to Mount Vernon. Looks like it's in good shape. I-44 Rolla to St. Louis, that 103-mile stretch there. It's in good shape. I-55 coming in from Sykeston and Cape Girardeau to St. Louis. Not bad at all. You see the I-24 at 57 east of Carbondale, Illinois, with some shower activity up there. You can stay in Illinois. Southwest Missouri. There we go. A little bit around Joplin showing up right there. Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, maybe just a hint. Other than that, Kansas City, I-70 Columbia, it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Wow, what a season it's been. What I think somebody said there's 47 tornadoes or something like that in Missouri in the last 14 days or something like that, Anyway. Here's the forecast map. It's all flood stuff. There's no watches or warning. Well, let me take that back. There's a severe thunderstorm warning in the look at that.
Center of Texas.
Right in the middle of Texas, they got a severe thunderstorm warning. Other than that, it's just flood watches and warnings. But the Missouri River, the Mississippi River, the White River, the Arkansas River, it's going to be a while. Well, let's take a look at that real quick. Here's the Arkansas River at Morrilton for prediction stages right now. They're anticipating 43 feet, but I think this was taken before the levee breach. Where's that, at Dardanelle?
Dardanelle.
At Dardanelle,
Yes,
at the
yes,
levee breach, yeah. And so we have a 7-day forecast of high of 82 today, high of 87 tomorrow, Sunday, 30% chance of showers with a high of 83 with lows from 59 to 65. Sunday night low of 61, high of 79 on Monday. Showers return on Monday night, 40% chance there, low of 62, high of 82 on Tuesday.
The levee breach at Dardanelle, they've got evacuation orders in that area down there, and also, we're seeing all the news from Fort Smith, Muskogee, Oklahoma area, and all the way down to Russellville, Dardanelle area, but Toadsuck down at Conway, that's underwater, and it's headed
even
to
that little
Rock.
Store down there is underwater.
It's headed to Little Rock. So if you got friends and family in that area, hey, help if you can, but let everybody be aware of what's going on.
Allergy report today: grasses, mulberry, walnut, 7.8, medium to high. Tomorrow's a prediction of 8. What are you showing on your scale over there?
Oh, I didn't even look it up today.
I'm showing grasses, mulberry, and walnut. I'm sneezing, doesn't matter. Oh, anyway, morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. One more look at the White River.
There she blows.
Not bad at all. Pretty view.
Under control.
There you go. 870-405-0793. Retire to Arkansas.net.
Don't forget, coming Mondays they will be here and
doing that for the summer. A little bit of change. We'll take a
about
sport
7:15 to 7:30, giving us our real estate update and talking about what the Z Team can do for you. So
gonna be
good to have them.
Gonna be fun. I had the special yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah, it was so good.
Well, you've been asking about it. So.
Well, yeah, so I had to go down there.
Yeah, if you keep asking about it and all of a sudden that you don't show up on the day it's on there, you'd be in trouble.
Community calendar brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home. Best breakfast, best lunch in town, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11.
It's Friday. It's steak day. You get a marinated sirloin steak you can cut with a butter knife, eggs, hash browns, biscuit and gravy, all for $8.88. And for lunch, she's doing Southwest chicken.
Oh, yeah.
If you had that boneless, skinless chicken breast, and they smother
yeah.
it with cheese and peppers, tomatoes.
You did that once before.
Whoa, just slow down, okay? We've not even had breakfast yet. And there you go. Come on.
Oh, that's funny. I think he's hungry.
But, yeah, you get Southwest chicken, 2 sides, roll of cornbread, $6.88. Can't beat it.
Yep. You got anything on community calendar?
Let's see. I've got the, I think the Taste of the Twin Lakes.
Taste of Twin Lakes on Tuesday. And then I forgot to pull this up, but Trinity Lutheran Church is having their VBS. Pastor Dave Kapler and Trinity Lutheran Church from June 3rd through 6th from 6 to 8. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's the I think for kids up through 5th or 6th grade. So come on out and have a lot of fun at Trinity Lutheran Church. Gasville in the Park is tomorrow from 10 to 4.
That's right. That's right.
We've got music on the square tonight.
We got
then we got Race for the Cure.
Race for the Cure. Yeah, that was the one I was thinking about. Yeah. That's tomorrow.
You going? That's tonight, ain't it?
No, Race for the Cure is tonight. What was the?
We've got
the run they're doing.
Okay, that's the Skivvy Socks and Shoes for Salvation Army. That's tomorrow at 9. A lot of activities going on. Yeah. We got Race for the Cure tonight, and then tomorrow, because remember they were talking that the race will be done for the Salvation Army by the time everybody can go out to Gasville for Gasville in the Park.
What a mess. And of course, we got the 11th annual Taste of the Twin Lakes coming up on June 4th. Yes, this Tuesday at the Bexar County Fairgrounds. And if you've never been to it, it's awesome. All the different restaurants got all these samples of food, and you just eat until you're stuffed. And they've got live auctions going on. They got good stuff there, too.
Oh, yeah.
But they've also got a silent auction, and you can get your tickets. They're $45. You can get them at the Purple Door, Integrity Bank Midtown branch, and any of your Serenity Health offices.
And that helps Serenity, which is the safe house for victims of domestic violence. Don't get me started. I'll get mad because I'm out of coffee. Need to take a break. Be right back.
Is Old Time going to be there?
No.
Why not?
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Coming up on 721, I want to welcome Stephanie, Amy, and Jenny from Dawson Education Co-op in Arkadelphia. Welcome, everybody. Long drive up. Appreciate you being here. We're going to be talking a little bit about bullying and prevention. And so, and you said it's in preschool?
Yeah, it is.
You're kidding.
No. It's not like what you think, though.
Really?
It's more like, you know what, if you don't do that, you're not going to be my friend. And she's not going to play with you because, it's just that kind of thing. Not hateful, probably ugly things like you think of when you think of older kids.
Yeah.
But with younger ones, it's that way. Or we don't like you. That's an ugly shirt you have on. That kind of stuff.
Boy, it starts young, don't it? We go after each other every day.
I'm thinking I say that to you at least once a week.
Now you're being labeled as a bully.
Have you seen his shirt?
Hey, it came off the lampshade. So seriously though, it starts that young.
Yes,
And so last year, my son and I, we produced a video. It's back in January, and it's still on Facebook, called Addictions, Bullying, and Suicide. And we lost a young lady in Marion County strictly due to evil words. It was that bad. So
yeah, that's the thing, is it seems like that's young for it to start, but really it's all about hurt. And so for people to be so mean at those teenage years, that started somewhere, and a lot of times it comes from a past of just a lot of hurt and pain and the buildup of not knowing how to deal with it, and they've learned to express it in a way that's super unhealthy and that hurts other people.
So y'all actually see this in what exact age? 3, 4, 5 years old?
That's what Stephanie taught 3-year-olds. I
Really?
taught 3 and 4-year-olds before we started doing this, and you don't, I guess, until it was pointed out, I didn't think of it as bullying, because you just kind of think of it as kids saying things, but you are forming an opinion of yourself when you're 3 and 4 years old. It's your peers that you're around, so it stays.
So
with
does
you.
that start to, let me think how to phrase this. Can it affect the self-esteem of a child at that early age?
Yes, definitely. I think it begins to.
Really?
Yeah.
So it initiates a fear factor?
I think it can. I don't.
Well, there is a lot of defensiveness in it, and a person that feels really badly about themselves wants other people to feel the way that they do. So if I can tell you how horrible you are and how terrible your clothes are and nobody likes you, then I can seemingly elevate myself, my status, so that I feel better about myself by putting you down, and it's a cycle, because nobody hurts somebody and feels better about it. So, outwardly they may look like they're happy and that it's had a great effect, but it just continues to perpetuate. I make you feel bad so I can feel better, but that just makes me a meaner person. And so I've learned to just create this thing over and over again.
Sitting here thinking, I remember we brought this up the other day in one of the programs. Friends with this guy to this day on Facebook. Happened to find him. We were in first grade together back in 1964, and later on through, I was in grade school and junior high in Southern Illinois. And he came to school one day with white socks, but in those days they had 2 or 3 stripes around the top of the sock. Big deal. They didn't match. Oh my goodness. The kids laid into him. What's the big deal? So he's got a red and green stripe here. He's got a black and orange over here. It's not like he's sporting school colors, but they were on him all day long.
Isn't that powerful? How, you know, he probably remembers that to this day, but not just him. You do too. You know, you remember the effects of how he felt and the way people treated him.
We had, and now to find a matched pair of socks, I mean, just for grins and giggles, you know, we were doing basketball over at First Baptist Church, and one of the girls playing basketball, she had like a multicolor sock on, and was basically green and purple. The other, you know, just a crazy array of colors. It's not, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you go back, and I think, you know, this poor guy was just to the point where he finally just went to the bathroom, took the socks off, and put shoes on.
And like she said, that affected, you know, it affected him.
Yeah.
It affected you. It affected whoever else saw that. You know, maybe, hopefully, the people that were doing that can go back and go, oh man. I think there's a Tim McGraw song that's something about how, you know, you treated somebody a certain way, and I can't think of the name of it, but I mean, the way people perceive us is important to us, but then the way that we're treated in certain ways stay with us forever. I mean, there's some things in my life that have happened that I can remember a comment or two that still stick with me. It just gives you a little bit of insecurity that you may not have otherwise had.
So now let's take the young boy that I was in school with. He was always the target of bullying, and it never stopped. So how do we, as the one being bullied at 3, 4, 5 years old, because they're not recognizing, they just think, oh, they're just being mean. How do we stop it?
Well, we teach we actually, I'll tell you a little bit about what we do. We work under a grant from the Division of Child Care, which is part of DHS. And we go around the state, our grant takes us statewide, and we offer free trainings to parents as well as early childhood educators. We do 10 steps to positive discipline, bully prevention is one of them, setting limits without guilt, and preventing power struggles. We offer all of those. We come to the facility and train the educators, or we'll come and train parents. Stephanie and I actually do 1-hour parent overviews across the state. We do a luncheon. We partner with DHS Family Engagement. But part of what we teach is empowerment. You know, when an example we use in a training is that if children are fighting over a toy, and you know, one takes a toy away from another child, then if the child's not responding, you know, the child that's had the toy taken away isn't responding, then we'll say, you know, you tell Amy, I don't like it when you take that toy away from me. And you know, if they're kind of shy, they may go, I don't like it when you take the toy away from me. And you say, no, you match your voice to mine. I don't like it when you take that toy away from me. It makes me upset. You know, it hurts my feelings. Then they describe how they feel. So that way you're showing them as an adult, because we are accountable as role models. You show them that they're empowering, that they can become empowered, and you're showing the person that's, you know, I hate to say it's not bullying, but that they're doing something they don't like. You're showing them that it's not okay.
Who has the less self-esteem, the one doing the bullying or the one being bullied?
That may be an Amy question.
Yeah, you know, happy people don't hurt people. So when we're feeling good, when things are going right in our world and we have enough, we want other people to feel that too. We give to people at Christmas. We do extra for others. We take on, you know, extra jobs or extra roles at church. When we have enough, we give more to others. We want them to feel that way. But when people are hurting, it's the opposite. We, as humans, want people to feel what we feel. So a person that's experiencing a lot of pain wants other people to feel that pain with them. It's hard for them to want other people to be happy when they're so hurt inside.
So it can actually be an outward expression of an inner emotion?
It is, and it can be. And, you know, one of the big light bulb moments for me on this is I'm a high school counselor now. I worked in early childhood, and now I work with 7th through 12th graders.
She does train for us also.
I do. And this is my favorite training, the bully prevention, because it's so prevalent to teach that empowerment and assertiveness, but also the empathy to all the parties involved. But the real awareness for me was I know the backstories of the kids that go to my school, but I also have my children in the school. So, you know, I would hear things from my oldest son like, well, he's so cool, you know, but then also he was mean to other kids, and he didn't understand how he could be so mean and so cool and, you know, seemingly have everything going for him, but knowing what was happening really behind the scenes, that, you know, he has parents in trouble or with substance abuse issues, or that there's divorce in the background. So of course he's doing these mean things to other people, and the other kids are not knowing it, because he's not going to them and saying, hey guys, I'm hurt, there's a lot of turmoil in my life, and I'm confused, and you know, my house is chaotic, and I don't know where I'm staying. So instead, how does he express it? He pulls it out. You know, you're not good enough, you don't have enough, you're not cool like me, I'm a better athlete. And so every way he could elevate himself to put other people down, so he was still in power where he lost so much power in other places.
7:31, time for a break. We'll be right back.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being, they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done, so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Gray's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop. Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. Your car is a member of the family. It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
7:34, we're visiting with Stephanie, Amy, and Jenny from Dawson Education Co-op of Arkadelphia. We're talking about bullying and, of all things, in preschool-aged kids. I'm shocked. And so you brought up something about bystander effect.
Yeah, one that you talked about this a little bit, how other people feel. You know, you've got the bully and the target, and we know how each of them are feeling. We know that target's feeling in a rough place. And when I talk with my kids about it, it's why do you stand there? Because everybody's uncomfortable. So if it hurts you and it's making you all nervous, then why do you stand there and let that happen to somebody that you care about, that's part of your life? And the answer is because if they step in, then the bully will flip the behavior on them. So, if I stand up to Jenny and tell her to stop bullying Stephanie, then she's likely to turn it around on me. So research has shown the bystander effect is, though, the most effective way to confront bullying. By their peers within a group to decide that they're not going to accept it anymore. As adults, we're not cool anymore. Our teenagers let us know that quickly.
I am.
No. And so, we can teach lessons and we can tell them to stop or what to do or to use their words. But really, the most effective thing is going to be intervention by peers. So the group standing up and saying that they're not going to accept the behavior anymore. And I try to tell my preteens and my teens, and I think with 3s and 4s we train them to do this too, to stop the behavior, to say it's not okay. That is not okay to treat me that way. It is not okay to use your words to hurt somebody. It hurts when we leave people out. And so if we can get the kids to redirect the behavior and to question what's happening, to stand up for each other, and as a group it will be easier than to do it as an individual, then that's going to have the most effect on stopping the bullying behavior.
It is a lot easier to show a small child, like I was saying, I don't like it when you do this. Even if you tell an adult, if you think about it, if you have a conflict with an adult and you use the words, I don't like it when you yell at me, it makes me feel less than. If you tell an adult that, then it's not on you anymore, it's on them. I don't like that. Because I don't like that is pretty powerful. And if you get to a point in your life where you can say that to another human, I don't like it when you do that to me, then, that is the step to becoming empowered. Because then when they get older, like the children that Amy deals with now, if you have the empowerment to say that as a child, then when you're 14 and you're in a situation, you may not have to say I don't like it or I don't want to do that, things that you shouldn't do, but you'll have enough about you to walk away from the situation. That's one of the main things we teach. And I didn't say that our trainings are created by Dr. Becky Bailey of Conscious Discipline. So all of these are under that umbrella of conscious discipline. That's all created by her.
Are things different now in the 21st century as what I had in archaic times of the 60s?
Oh, in so many ways.
That was kind of my question, because even when I was younger, bullying was there. There was bullying in school.
I remember I started first grade in 1964. And,
but you went to a school that the worst thing you could do is smuggle in bubble gum.
Yeah,
apparently, even gum back then, that was a pretty sheltered school. Wow. If that's your worst scenario that's happening.
And then finally, by 6th grade, they said, "Well, you can have gum at lunchtime." So, wow.
But I grew up where there was bullying, there was things going on.
But there was bullying, but we're all still friends. I found probably 70% of those people on Facebook, from the St. Louis area.
What about the guy with the socks you were telling us about? Is he still on there?
He's in Kansas City. He's a good friend, and he's very active in amateur radio.
Okay.
Yeah, top-notch dude. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know.
Yeah, I get to talk to him every so often on Facebook.
I want to say this because I think this, I think I read this somewhere, that children are the same. Kids are the same as I'm not going to tell you when I was born because that's not important. But the kids are the same now as they were when you were a kid, or when my dad, who's 83 now, was a kid. Society is different.
Exactly.
The kids are the same. Still same needs, still same, we're still all born the same, all of that. But society is so much different, so much more fast-paced, so much more accepting of things that weren't accepted, whenever I was a kid. Just in general, life is just...
Okay, let me throw this out to you, because we had Jamie Leach from First Step over here with some folks from DEA and the schools, and ask them point blank, are we dealing with the after effects of the Woodstock generation? Now, y'all are probably too young to remember Woodstock, but I remember Woodstock in '69, the big rock festival in New York.
I don't know. There is a shift in the way that we parent.
Bruce, you remember Woodstock?
There is a shift in the way that we parent. So, there is a part of conscious discipline that teaches about parenting styles and the effects that it have on children. Mm-hmm. And, one of the things that we see in parenting is that, some of us were raised with really strict parents, really firm and in control, and my way or the highway, these are the rules, follow them. And so it can have an effect. You can either raise kids that are very much, I'm going to walk the line, these are the rules, or we create rebellious children. And
one
so
way or the other.
We can find kids that, will toe the line until they don't have to anymore, and then it's free after that.
My childhood, Dad was fair and firm. Mm-hmm. And I talk about all the time, as special as Easter Sunday can be. I dreaded Easter Sunday because it was new shoes, new pants, new shirt, new tie, new coat, and you sit there like this and you had to behave yourself. Mm-hmm. But we towed the line, and Dad he was fair but firm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But your dad could have been that way with you, and if this was your brother, he could have been that way with your brother, and that not worked on him. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to look at the child.
Really?
Yeah, and we come from the classroom setting. In the classroom, you have to look at the child because you don't know where they're coming from. Like she was saying earlier, they may act out because they're tired. They may act out because they're hungry. They may act out because mom and dad had been into a fight, or maybe mom's been gone for a week, or grandma passed away. You just have to look at the whole scenario.
So we don't know the background.
Right. And so, there's always, what does it say? Problem behavior is always a cry for help.
Yeah. Say that again now.
Problem behavior is always a cry for help. Because, there's something behind it. Now, that doesn't mean that they've been abused or locked in a room or anything like that, but there's always something underlying that's causing that behavior.
I like the idea of getting the kids to speak out and to build confidence for themselves to be able to speak out, because I deal with a lot of kids in youth
See,
sports
now he teaches
and
wrestling at as young as 5 years old.
Yes, and one of our biggest things is for the kid to build some self-confidence. I don't care, the sport is a small part of our goal as our coaches. We want that kid to build self-confidence in themselves, so when it's time that they need to stand up and say no, they can't.
Your son's a perfect example.
But
he's not real tall.
No.
But his son was kind of like hiding behind Dad's leg, but now he's a 4 or 5 time All-American. That kid walks through the door, sir, he could flip me halfway across the room.
But the confidence in him
and
changed.
He's got and the self-esteem.
I'm not worried about him getting bullied. He's got enough self-confidence to say his mind and say
even if you weren't a wrestler.
Yeah, no. Right. Like I said, the sport has very little. The sport helped to get him to build that confidence, just like you talking to the kids at a young age, getting them to speak up. Mm-hmm. That it's okay to speak up. You don't have to, sit there and be shy and be.
But don't you think your son would be a totally different young man had he not gone into the wrestling program?
That was his turnaround. Of course, I don't know that he had the teaching as a young age to step up and speak out and to do the things that you guys are talking. Things had changed when I was younger to now. I've seen kids being sheltered a lot more, and they have to because society changed. I'm not letting my kid run around the neighborhood all day and me not know where he's at. It's just not. When I was a kid, that wasn't.
We were out the door at 7:30 in the morning. We were back by 12:15 for lunch.
But it also, as a younger kid,
and we were like 6 miles from East St. Louis.
Me tougher in handling things because I wasn't sheltered, and I grew up handling these things on my own 2 feet. Where now you take somebody that's sheltered, and you get somebody bullying them, and it becomes they don't know how to take it and accept it, and do, that's why I said at a young age, getting them to speak up their mind that this is not acceptable, this is not, it's building that their own words and their own confidence in themselves that I can speak up. I don't have to take this.
So
I can tell them I don't like it.
detectives.
Well, that assertiveness training is going to be useful for everybody. You know,
Yes,
that's what we
by
really
far.
want. And when I listened to that wrestling story, I think that probably built confidence and discipline, but the assertiveness key behind it is what pushes it over the edge. You know, that you're willing to stand up for what you believe in, do the right thing regardless of what's going on, say your needs so they can be met. But as adults, we're not assertive about our needs. You know, if we get mad at somebody, we block them on Facebook, or, you know, we put a random post out and it's vague. And
I'm passive aggressive. I'm going to let you just, because I don't want a confrontation. I don't want any of that. But then when I get too far, I'm instead of just being assertive in the first place, like she's talking about, and saying, I don't like this when you do it. I'm going to let you push me.
I had to learn it as an adult. I had to learn, I don't like it when you do that. I do not like it when you do that to me. But no, we are not detectives, but we are very good noticers. We notice, we observe. That's how we get by with that.
Y'all got a tough job. 7:45, time for a break. Be right back.
Sure, all mowers cut grass, but only a Ferris mower with suspension technology can provide you with increased productivity, quality of cut, durability, and comfort. The caster wheels and cutting deck are connected to the frame beneath the suspension. This lets the deck follow the wheels as they move up and down in relation to the ground contours. Maintaining the distance between the deck and the ground results in a beautiful, consistent cut. Visit your local Ferris dealer to experience the difference suspension makes.
Hi, it's Bob and Linda Zadora. We're the Z team at Century 21 Lemac Realty. We'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
It takes the right gear to survive out here. There she is. Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox. Safe as houses. Out back, there's one powerful beast. Awesome. Four-wheel suspension. Handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work. And deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
$7:48, finishing out the program, talking about bullying in early ages. I'm shocked, ages 3 to 5. What do we need to cover? We're about halfway through your notes here.
She's hitting high points.
Talk fast.
And I don't think we've talked about really what a true bully is. You know, it is important that we identify bullying as a behavior because it is an epidemic in America. And in fact, every state, all 50 states have policies, laws against bullying to get people aware, to get them involved, to identify it and intervene in it. So it is a big thing. But what's happened is it's so used. The word bullying is used so freely now that a lot of times we get that cried wolf syndrome where people are not really, taking interest or we don't listen to it. I know in our office, we hear bullying. He was bullied so many times that it begins to get diluted. So we really have to identify, and I teach my kids, what's the difference? How do you know when somebody is really a bully? You know, because every time somebody says something that's rude, that's not a bully.
And a lot of times they're popular too, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
But
The one doing the bullying? Yeah.
because people are afraid of them, so they want to follow them and listen to them. But, you know, you can be rude. You can say something rude without knowing it, or just because it's a behavior or a mannerism that you've learned, and that's not bullying. And somebody that's just mean is not bullying. You know, there are people that are grumpy. There are adults that are just grumpy, negative Nancy's, and go through life.
Some people are happy when they're mad.
And they just want to cause conflict.
Yeah.
And so a person that's mean, that just goes around sprinkling those things, they're not a bully either. So when we look at bullying, is it a bully situation? We want to know that there are three components to being a true bully. The first one is that there is intent to harm. It is not like being rude or mean, where you're just doing these behaviors and you don't really mean to. There is an intent to harm. You want to cause the other person harm. You want them to feel pain. The next one is going to be that there is a power imbalance. So in one way or another, whether it's physical, emotional, financial, status, athleticism, there's going to be an imbalance of power. So one person is going to be power over another one and use that to control them.
Yep.
And the third part is that it's going to be repeated. So there's going to be a history of it. It's not going to be one mean, rude, awful incident. It's going to be a history of it. They've targeted this person and they continue to go after them for a period of time without stopping. So if you think about that, think about, is it really a bully situation? Is it one person going after another one, wanting to hurt them, doing the act over and over again to cause pain? Or is it a kid in a fight? Is it two kids that don't get along with each other? Because they're not bullying each other. They just haven't learned the skills to negotiate those conflicts. So that's not a bully situation. We need to teach assertiveness, resolution. We need to teach them to work those things out, but that's not a bully. A true bully situation is going to have all three of those things: the intent to harm, the power imbalance, and the targeted across a time period.
What was that third one? Targeted what?
Repeated across a time period.
Repeated, okay.
It's not just going to be one act. It's not going to be isolated. It's not going to be how they treat everybody. It's going to be that they're going after them to hurt them for a period of time.
Is this the prerequisite in the cities to gang violence? Can it escalate that far?
Well, a lot of what we teach with inclusion and teaching kids to feel like a classroom family and to learn to express their emotions, those are preventative to gang violence.
Building that relationship with the child is so important. I know we teach, if you spend just 5 minutes of one-on-one time, you can reduce your power struggles by 50% a day.
Say that again now, what?
5 minutes of one-on-one time. That doesn't necessarily mean 5 whole minutes there together, but 5 minutes with the child.
That means uninterrupted, not necessarily like she said. When you are spending that time, it's eye contact, it's touch,
And you're listening.
Yes,
very much so. Nothing else
You're
matters.
not doing this, No, you're right here. You're present in that moment. It can reduce power struggles 50%.
Well, I'll tell y'all, I've told this a million times on the air. The church I attended in Southern Illinois, First Baptist Church of Fairview Heights, Illinois, when I was 10 years old. Now, this church was running 750 on a Sunday morning. They let me do sound. I was 10 years old. Been doing it ever since. Had they not, I probably wouldn't have the interest. But the pastor was my dad. Do you think he can handle it? I think so. Sunday morning, I was doing sound. I was 10 years old.
Someone believed in you.
Yeah.
And they built that relationship with you where you had that confidence.
And like she was saying, that's part of some of the training, is that we do teach teachers to build a classroom family, because then that hopefully will show that you can be involved in something. You have somebody that believes in you. We care when you're not here. If you're not here, we notice that you're not here. We care about that. And maybe that can prevent those things when they get older, because everyone doesn't have a Leave It to Beaver home.
Oh, boy.
So the most love and attention they get is at
You mean
school.
your mom didn't wear pearls and high heels walking around cooking bacon?
No. Now, she was pretty cute, but she didn't do all that.
Yeah, not that kind of mom either. So.
Yeah, Dad sits around the house at 3 o'clock on Saturday wearing a necktie reading the newspaper. Yeah.
No.
By 3 o'clock Saturday, I'm hot and sweaty.
That's the benefit.
Bruce will sit around it.
Yeah, and you mowed the lawn with a push mower, a real mower. I know what.
Oh
you
yeah, yeah, you betcha.
That's the benefit of catching them when they're 3 and 4. It seems young, but we haven't built all of these defenses and these walls when we're young. We're still ready for connection, ready to be involved, want to belong to something. And so we catch them when they're 3 and 4, and we can teach them to talk to each other and to listen and to care about each other and to talk about their feelings then, so that when they're adults, they haven't learned all of these tools to avoid those things.
Okay, is this generation carrying their feelings 10 foot on either side of either shoulder? I mean, is this more,
I don't know if people know how to identify what they're really feeling. Everything
gun
is
violence
easy
in schools.
to see as anger. We bury everything under anger when we know that we teach that anger is really a way to see fear in disguise. Instead of telling somebody, I'm afraid that this relationship is really going to hurt and that you don't care about me like I care about you, we get mad and we pick a fight. So they have to show it to us. So
does this lead to gun violence in schools?
I think not expressing yourself could. I don't know.
Sometimes you hear in the news reports, well, he was bullied to the point where he broke.
Maybe, I don't know. That's not my level of expertise, but I can tell you that even as an adult, sometimes when I feel emotions, it's hard for me to identify what that emotion is. You think you're angry, but then again, you're just hurt. It's really emotions are very hard to identify.
Okay, so at 3 to 5 years old, can we discern what emotion we're feeling? Are we disappointed or hurt?
Actually, that's part of these trainings.
Really?
Yes. There are even little feeling buddies that have a face of disappointment, and then you're like, do you feel disappointed, and then you can identify with the feeling buddy. There's so many different things. That's part of conscious discipline. There's so many different things that you can do in a preschool setting that can help move forward. Not to say that and that can carry on. It's not just a preschool thing, but if they're exposed young, like she was saying, then maybe they'll have a chance to.
We're done about 3.5 minutes, just over 3 minutes, I should say. Start with final thoughts before we have to end the program. It's been very educational today.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you've gotten something from it. And just some of the stuff that you've told us, that story you told was, it'll stay with me.
I think that's something that when I train all over the state that I hear, these are the things that we can do to help our kids, but there's never been a training that I've taught that an adult didn't have an aha. That's probably why I feel this way. I communicate with my husband this way because I was taught to be passive and I had to be sweet instead of taught that I could just say what I feel and let somebody know.
Well, as
what
women,
they mean to
often
me.
we're kind of disguised that way, that you have to be the sweet one and just be passive. So,
and I think that one of the important things that we see is that in every situation, in a bullying situation, a meanness, there's more than one person that needs to be taught, right? Yeah. Often in the classrooms as teachers, the old school way is that we see the bully doing the behavior and we want to go after the bully, teach them and put them in their place, but really there are two sides to the story. So we want to give empathy to them and find out what the real pain is, but we also want to teach people to stand up for themselves and each other and to care about people enough to do that.
Well, in the 60s, we took care of it like this. Wait till the playground time, go out behind the building, sock in the eye, and come back in with a black eye, and it was over.
Some people can do that and come out best friends the next day.
But some people can't.
Some people can't, and it's not the best, so.
You got a hard job.
It's a good job.
So.
We wear many hats as educators. Many hats.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, Scooter, you got any thoughts on this?
I've been voicing my opinion as we go. So.
And you probably, you see
we see a lot of it's in the younger age, and like I said, it's a lot of it's just trying to build a little bit of self-confidence in that other kid. To, you don't have to just sit there and take it. I mean, speak up. I mean, we want them, like I said, we want them to have the confidence to be able to stand up and say no when their friends are doing something wrong. It's the same difference.
It's okay to say no.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
No. Final thoughts, about 30, 40 seconds. Who wants it? Flip a coin.
I don't know. I was going to say something a while ago, but now I don't remember what it was.
Bruce, yeah, come on.
I want to thank these ladies for coming up and sharing their knowledge and what they do. Thank you all for coming. One thing that no one addressed, and I would like to do that, you talked earlier about the Woodstock movement and what happened there. And I think that our generation, Dale, that was affected, but today I think that part of what we're seeing is a result of video games.
Yeah,
and no one said anything about that. I would like these ladies to
We'll
come
have
back,
them come back and talk about that.
and do that.
Out of time, everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for being here. See you on Monday.